Well, hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Quest.
Happy Thursday.
Happy
Friday.
It's
This
my-
guy's off work tomorrow.
I got a whole 4-day weekend.
Yeah. So excited.
Totally.
I know. Welcome to episode 21. I know. I can't believe it.
Yes.
This has been fun.
Oh, it has.
I know. It's been awesome.
It's been an awesome ride. Thank you all for joining Backcountry Couples tonight.
Absolutely.
Cheers to y'all.
Yeah. If you grab a little holiday bev, cheers. There you are.
I don't have to work tomorrow, so I can have a beer.
A few people in the chat are saying they're off tomorrow too, so that is awesome. Well, I'm Colleen.
I'm Johnny.
And we're at the Kill Quest.
We're the cool kids.
Yeah, we are. Hashtag cool kids. That's what people always say. I don't know how cool we are, but that's what they say anyways, right?
Just ask Bigfoot. He knows.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. In the woods with Bigfoot, he kind of coined that term for us, which was kind of fun. I know I can't speak tonight. Oh boy, maybe know my beverages, just saying. Anyways, welcome. You can find us obviously here on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We are on Instagram. Okay.
We are.
And so we're Instagram, we're at Keel Quest on Instagram. We're also have Jack Forrester on Instagram.
Yes.
Who's Jack Forrester, honey?
He's my Subi.
Yeah.
And he's Instagram only. So Jack Forrester is our Subaru build.
Mm-hmm.
He got some new lights yesterday,
Yeah,
so I get to do some wiring, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, so check out Jack Forrester too. It's kind of fun because we have next week we have some fun things coming up in the Subaru Overland community as a kind of couple thing too. So that'll be really cool to check out when that happens. Shh, I know.
Freaking spoiler.
I didn't say anything. There's so many things to share tonight, but I can only give like little tidbits. I hate it.
Buzzkill.
I know. And last
you know what?
week,
no one's even gonna look at the Instagram page on Monday.
We got it. Yeah, they are. On last week we had Alex and Habiba from Trekking Pals, who are amazing hikers. They did Mount Kilimanjaro. That was amazing. Awesome. They've done like cool things in like Tanzania, like just fun. So if you get a chance,
and they're around Arizona,
and just their home state of Arizona, which I always just thought Arizona was straight up like desert, and it's actually not. So that was kind of neat to know there. So yeah, if you get a chance, go watch the rewind with them.
Totally.
Other
encourage
thing
you to do so.
We always want to talk about is our Mickwick sponsor.
Yes.
He's so good at that. I suck at that little, backwards, upwards, downwards kind of thing. I know, but Mickwick and you can see this one because there's not a green one in there, which is fun.
Yeah.
I know, right? So they have proudly donated these Mickwick fire starters for our guests every week.
Mm-hmm.
They're all natural. There's no harmful chemicals.
They burn for 20 minutes.
And Patrick Mick, who designed these, was an AT hiker himself. So there's a really awesome story behind these. They're lightweight. We use them when we go on backpacking trips. But he was so generous and fun. He made a red, white, and blue one. And then for obviously USA. And then a red, white, and red one for Go Canada, right? So that was kind of cool. A couple extra in there. So we're going to make sure our guests tonight get these. There's a Mickwick sticker as well.
Yes.
And then you're going to get a little KK sticker too. So that'll be part of your little swag pack, which is fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and Mickwick actually already has they have an Instagram page too. So go and check them out. And I guarantee you're going to love these things. So there's a couple things going on with them. You can also actually use a code that we have for Keel Quest.
Yep.
And you can go on their page and you enter their code, and it's 15% off for their Mickwick stuff.
So, but when
yes,
you put in the code, you
buts.
need to make sure you put that little space between Keel and Quest, so the code will work.
Yes.
If you put Keel Quest together,
right.
In no worky.
Some of our people kind of saw that already. So not only is Mickwick, sponsor of our show because he's absolutely amazing. We love them. Hopefully everybody who's in here tonight has had an opportunity to go to not only our YouTube 12 Days of Christmas giveaway, but 12 other channels in total, which started on December 26th. It was created by Marco's Hiking. They are crazy gifts that everyone's giving away. Like, it's nuts.
The ante has been.
So I'm just going to quickly.
The bar has been raised.
Right on. So we're actually, our giveaway, which is going to be on Saturday. But what we're giving away, though, is a chicken tramper, water bottle sleeve, a chicken tramper, wallet, which is going to be your choice of colors because they're going to design it for you.
A ton of Mickwick.
And then we have a big Mickwick fire starter package.
Beanie cap.
A toque. It's a toque. Not a beanie cap.
It's a skull. It's a skull cap. You're on this side of the water.
I know, but it's a toque.
It's a skull cap.
Anyway, yeah.
He's American. Get some.
He is. I know, right? And t-shirt. We've got a KK hat. So some like lots of
some Keel Quest swag.
Yeah, which is kind of fun. But anyway, so there's 6 more days left to go, and so it is, which means there's 6 more chances, 6 more channels. So you have until tomorrow for ours, right? Because we're doing our giveaway on the 1st. Then there's also Backpacking with Buckley. Make sure you head over to his channel. Mm-hmm. There is As the Crow Flies Hiking. There is Rob Pelton. There's Kelly Hayes hiking. She just finished the AT.
Yes.
And then, of course, Marco's hiking, who is the gentleman who founded this whole 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. I mean, it's pretty nuts. There's like a Helinox Zero chair. There's a full hammock setup there. It's crazy.
Couple backpacks.
One more backpack left because
that's right. Yeah.
Devin just gave away his today. Right. So pretty awesome. So our giveaway. I know, right?
Thread.
Yeah. Oh, I did watch that movie. Anyways, our giveaway is going to be on January the 1st, so this Saturday. So after everyone's all like whoop whoop on New Year's, you can just come and hang out and relax with us. Yes, it's going to be at 7 p.m.
Yep. Eastern Standard Time.
Live stream here, and we're going to have some special guests come on the show.
Yes,
we're going to do
really cool special guests.
Yeah, and then we
not just yours,
not truly. The cool kids, but extra cool. And then after that, we are going to do our live stream giveaway. And then there's actually a special giveaway that
there's a top secret super double awesome giveaway.
We just found out about it, and we're just like,
yesterday?
What?
Yesterday?
So it's very, very,
question.
Yes, it was yesterday.
Okay. Yesterday.
So that was actually pretty amazing. So I'm excited for that. And we hope to see all of our new friends and people we're going to meet tonight to come and hang out.
Yeah.
And who is here tonight, honey?
When do we have the super duper double awesome extra special giveaway at 7 o'clock?
It'll be during the live stream.
During the live stream. But in order to get it, you have to be part of it.
You have to be present here for this one. Yeah, it's not, and then not like for our giveaway one.
Right. It's not like you sign in.
So who do we have?
Well, let's see. Doc's in the house. We got Tanya. Dustin's in here. Who else we got? Christine. Really Salmon Outdoors.
Yep.
Barbara Smith. Hello again. Oh, hey.
Who actually Barbara won one of Trekking Pals and Salmon Outdoors did, because they did a giveaway of their own
journals,
hiking journal. So those two won last week. That was really, really cool.
Hey, Fomat.
That was awesome. Fomat, hey, welcome back.
Alma's
happy new year. I know we can almost say happy new year. Like, I just love that, which is good.
Tanya, yeah. GT's here.
Where are you from? Green Bay. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's almost Happy New Year. That's what I say too.
Heck no, it's
I know.
Happy New Year.
I know. No, hike with Mike. Hey, hi, John. In the woods. We were just, I don't know if you were on here, John. We were just saying that you were the gentleman that said we were the cool kids, which kind of stuck, which is kind of crazy.
It has stuck.
So Adventures in the Heartland. Sweet. John Kurz. Hello. Welcome. So, hey, everybody. This is it. Backcountry Couples, episode 21.
Halfway to 42.
That's a lot of chit-chatting going on, but I'm ready.
Of course we are.
I know.
All right, darling. Let's have a little intro. What do you have?
Okay. Everybody better just hold on to their beverages, their seats.
There's a lot of questions here.
I got you, and everybody knows me with my paper. I got like 2 things of paper today.
She killed a lot of saplings.
I was like, I got so much going on. Okay, you ready? Here we go. This husband and wife duo left corporate America in 2013 to focus on accumulating adventures, not things. I love that. Mm-hmm. From living abroad in Costa Rica to through hiking the Appalachian Trail and the Camino de Santiago to owning and running a hostel in North Carolina. They choose to live a simple yet fulfilled life by chasing adventures, not the dollar. So welcome from Chica and Sunsets, Jen and Greg. All right.
Hello.
Cheers to you both.
Cheers.
Right on.
Cheers.
Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're very welcome.
know.
How are things down in North Carolina?
Warm.
This week.
This week's been warm, very warm. It's unseasonably warm. It's like 70 degrees out there today.
Well, we're expecting a snowstorm this Saturday.
I know.
Well, I believe it when we see it.
Yeah, but it's in the forecast. Everyone's like going crazy over it, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Well,
Welcome to Michigan.
Yeah, being close to a big lake, anything can happen.
That is a true story. That's
it can
awesome.
either funnel in and hit it all as one, or it can go right around our city.
That is true.
It's
Yeah.
so weird.
Yeah, for sure. So, how did you both get together and have this wonderful love of the outdoors?
And hiking.
Well, go ahead.
Well,
Just a quick little.
So we both had successful careers in Dallas, Texas. And we were married there together in that city for 20 something years.
Mm-hmm.
For various reasons, mostly having to do with stress levels at my job, we decided to do something different. And we spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out what that was. And, whether we're going to start a business or retool with a different company or do it. What we ended up doing is quitting our jobs, selling everything and moving to Costa Rica.
Pretty crazy.
And so during corporate work life, we didn't have time we saw each other late nights and then on the weekends, and that was it. And we lived in Dallas, so there wasn't much outdoor activities, especially in the summer. Certainly not any rigorous hiking to be had. So we weren't real super outdoorsy
Active,
there.
yeah.
Okay.
But one of my goals in going to Costa Rica, where we suddenly had some time, was to focus on myself and lose weight, get off blood pressure medications, get healthy. And so I immediately started walking a lot. We lived in the Central Valley, which was a mountainous area in the central part of the country, on the slope of a volcano. So I could go from, 4,200 feet to 4,800, 4,900 feet, just out my door. So,
Nice.
I started, slowly gathering up speed and making longer hikes.
That's awesome.
And
That is cool.
I started hiking with him. And we were doing lots of other stuff in Costa Rica too, but that's really when we got into hiking. We just enjoyed doing it together. We had some of our best talks together, some of our best brainstorming about like what we were working on, different ideas about things. So we just really liked it. So when the time came for a change, which we were thinking about moving back to the States, we're like, how do we do this? So then I think I suggested it one day when we were hiking. It was like, why don't we hike the Appalachian Trail? Because it'll be like 6 months. We'll be together. We won't have anything else to talk about.
And I laughed.
Right? Are you crazy? Come on.
Because we never wore a backpack, really.
We never spent a night out in the woods.
No.
Well, I was going to ask you. So even like growing up as kids, did you guys ever go like camping or anything like
Park
that?
camping.
Yeah, like my
Okay.
friends had a camper. So,
Okay.
But not usually in a tent. No, not ever
Okay.
a tent. So that was pretty new to us.
Okay.
But the more we started thinking about it, we're like, this would be a really good adventure for us. And we got totally into it, involved in the gear, watching videos.
Oh yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah. So then
I found a picture of you two, and I don't know if it was your honeymoon or if it was in Denver. And you guys climbed, and that was one of your first little hikes you guys did together.
Yes,
And Greg, you're all like fancy. You had like a nice little button-down shirt, it looked like a little vest, and I was like, "Oh, nice!"
Still in working life. No, that was
like a year after we got married.
Yeah, we
that was
moved
like
to Denver.
1996.
Okay.
We lived in Denver for a couple of years, and we did do a little hiking there in the mountains. It was
Dressed up.
beautiful. Dressed up.
I know. I was like, he looks nice. That is awesome. So I know that, everybody has this notion of, oh my gosh, it'd just be so amazing to screw corporate kind of thing. Like, let's just get out of here. And
Heck yeah.
I know, right? Well, and just, do your own thing. And you left the US, with 9 suitcases, and you're going to a foreign country, and wow, right? So I know. And what do you do? So I know that, Greg, you were doing some writing and photography, right? And you were doing it with is it International Living or Living International?
International Living magazine.
Yeah, my dad is obsessed with that because he is dying to go to Panama. Right. So my dad's from Ontario, and he every time we go, that's all he talks about. Like, he is like on that forum. He's just like watches reads everything that comes out about it. So I'm sure he's read some of your stuff too. Like, it's just wild.
Oh, he's like, when we going? I'm like,
I know. He's just like, he's
you
ready to pack up and get out of there. Like, it's awesome. I love it. And then Jen, I mean, you were like baking and doing a little bit of jewelry, and you were like, you know what I mean, and writing, and it was like, holy moly, where do you find that niche? Like, how do you find what that is you're going to do when you get to someplace like that?
Well, okay, so here's the cool thing. When we decided to quit our jobs, we had a little bit of savings, and he was so stressed out that we said, we're just going to move there, and we're not going to worry about working, bringing in money for at least a year. We're just going to try to decompress.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what we did. But I think, just like me being the person I am, I like keeping pretty busy.
Right.
So I had started a blog about moving to Costa Rica. I started writing my book right away. Like, I didn't know for sure if it was going to turn into a book, but I've always liked reading. So I just started writing about our life in Dallas and what led to our move to Costa Rica and what it was like to live in Costa Rica. And so that kept me pretty occupied. I did start a little bake shop because Costa Rican bakeries are very different than ours in the US.
How so?
What did you bake that they didn't? I gotta grab a pen. Hang on.
Well, their bakeries look really nice.
They smell really nice.
They smell really nice.
Okay.
Everything is just kind of dry and not as sweet as you'd think.
Okay.
Their bread is just kind of dry. It doesn't have a lot of texture or flavor.
Elevation was a factor at all?
No, I mean, that's just how they cook. That's just how the difference between Costa Ricans and us. Yeah, the cultures. So there were a lot of gringos living in where we were in Gracia. So I started baking and selling bread and pastries and cinnamon rolls, stuff like that. But that turned out to be a lot of more work.
I bet.
Yeah. So that didn't last too long because it was getting too much work for me.
Right.
But then I started my jewelry business. I make jewelry, and we kept writing. You started writing. I think now we have like 9 books between us.
Right.
And we both did some writing for International Living, and then you started working with them full or half part-time.
Part-time, yeah.
But
on contract, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so all wasn't just like freelance kind of stuff. You actually had like a gig with them.
Yeah, I had a gig. I managed their Facebook page and wrote a couple articles and did some other marketing type things for them.
Okay, that's really cool.
Very cool. Yeah. And
then
I have to check that Facebook page.
I think that's really awesome. And then you guys are like, you're doing little daily hikes and stuff like that. And then you're like, you know what? Maybe it's time to head back to the US, right? Like, what does the future hold, in the US? And you said, let's just walk over 2,000 miles and talk about it. Let's just talk about what we're going to do, but we have 6 months to do it. That's crazy.
That was the plan, know,
right?
And now that we've been kind of enmeshed in the AT culture for a long time, we recognize that the majority of people out on the AT are doing something similar, where they're in some sort of transition. They're transitioning from high school to college to workforce, workforce to retirement, or
they just got divorced.
Oh,
they're working through some inner crisis and walking it through. We both are very creative when we're out in nature and walking for 8 or 9 hours a day. I mean, your mind just has places to go, and it's fun to see where it goes. And so we figured, we experienced that a bit on our hikes in Costa Rica. So we're like, hey, 6 months, we don't know where we want to live. We don't know what we want to do for work. let's see what the trail has to say about it.
Right.
That's so
And then
cool.
it is cool. Go ahead, honey.
So yeah, so I mean, yeah, it seems like hiking the AT is like, I don't know, therapeutic.
It is. Like, I
For
think
sure.
it's very people become really enamored with the AT, you know what I mean? It becomes a love affair of sort, like for some people as well. But when you like register for the AT, where you're like, holy smokes, like we are committed, like this is it, like come on. Like I would have
we
been
were excited. We both, for some reason, we were just so excited to do it and committed to do it. We both said we are not quitting for any reason unless we have a major injury or a family emergency that we need to go home to our families.
Okay.
And our personalities are such that if we decide to do something big like this, we're going to see it through unless something major happens.
Right.
So we did a lot of book research, a lot of YouTube research, a lot of talking to other people who've done it. We just didn't have the practical experience of
right.
Sure.
outside.
Right. I think one thing that I liked about you two, well, first of all, you guys are just real people doing real stuff, right? Like, and that's what we are. Like, we're average people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just we're easy, whatever.
Yeah.
I liked how you two were really transparent about everything and your approach to the AT. And by that, I mean, you guys did this wonderful. And everybody who was doing the AT should totally check this out. You did like a weekly kind of recap journal of what monies you spent on the AT. Like people don't talk about that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And kind of almost let people figure it out on their own. So
yeah, that's why we definitely wanted to do that. You mainly, he does the money videos.
Okay.
Because when we were doing our research, we didn't find a lot of information about cost and money. So we figured if we would put our money out there, people could take it like, this is what we're doing. We never said we're trying to be like really affordable. And we're also not on the other end. We're not spending like money at a hostel every night or hotel.
Right.
So we were kind of middle of the road, and we figured people could, find that useful.
Absolutely.
So,
there you go. Dustin has this question here. Have you ever read the book Hiking Through?
yes, we have.
Okay.
Dustin, I believe.
Yeah.
That was early on in our research, I think. I couldn't.
I think someone actually sent that to us. Like they
they did?
They did, yeah.
Very nice.
That's nice.
So when you're on the trail and stuff like that, and you got ideas like popping in your head left and right. So are you doing audio recording, or you actually have like a little journal or a little notepad, pen and paper kind of thing as you're walking, or are you just like retaining all of that?
So we did maybe 3 different things that were what do you call it? Inspirational or
documenting.
Yeah. So we did daily videos.
Right.
So that I was always videoing. We also started thinking about writing a tip book for people who want to hike the AT. So we started taking notes. I would just take them on my phone. Like,
you did? Okay.
I would just speak them.
Yeah.
And keep the
that's what
typos
he
in
does
there.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. That works great because then you can email it to yourself later. And
that's true.
You have all these notes.
I'm a pen and paper girl, so I'm still like, jotting everything down as I have my pen, right?
I did have a little notebook too.
Okay.
Like a little tiny notebook. I made myself write in it every night, just like where we were, how I was feeling that day, if we had any injuries, just some little tidbits like that.
Yeah, a little travel journal.
Which really helped later to like jog my memory of the day and where we were, what happened.
Yeah. But for the book, for the text or speak to text notes, we're basically just saying, oh, we didn't know that, or, that surprised us. We didn't find that in our research. So we're like, okay, let's try to compile all these things that shocked us or we didn't know, or that people might want to know about through hiking the AT and compile a book that way.
Right. Oh, Miyagi's in the house.
Hey,
Chica Sunsets. That's how we found you two, was through Miyagi's trips, right? He's like, you guys rock and are such an inspiration. Trips and I are looking forward to staying at your hostel. Much love for Wisconsin.
We can't wait to have you guys at our hostel. That'll be great.
That'll happen for sure.
That's a fancy hostel.
I know, it's beautiful. We're not there yet. Okay, I want to talk about food and drink on the AT.
Okay.
Food and drink.
Yeah.
Easy with that clap, girl.
Am I clapping? Am I getting crazy?
Right.
I know, right? So, did your diet change like how you're packing your food? Like, I see people packing M&Ms and Jolly Ranchers and crazy stuff, but on a normal daily basis, you're not going to eat, M&Ms and Jolly Ranchers, right? So did you find that you were packing your food differently?
For sure.
We ate totally different than real life.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had candy every day.
The AT was basically a blank check.
Yep.
To
Okay.
To eat what we wanted. Try to get the calories and stuff we needed. But
go ahead. You can have that. We'll hike that off tomorrow.
That's what I want.
And actually, I mean, we ate whatever we wanted. And when we got to town, we really ate a lot. And we still we lost a lot of weight.
I lost 56 pounds or so.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Your transitions were crazy. I was
looking at the pictures and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's amazing.
Now, and I mean, was that your diet the same pretty much through the entire trip, or did you adjust at any given time throughout,
Yeah, we adjusted. Like we started in the beginning doing like rice sides and pasta sides.
Right.
And we had a stove in the beginning. We got sick of that right away.
Mm-hmm.
And we ended up sending our stove home like before the halfway point and just going cold. Like we would just do tortillas with peanut butter or chicken nuggets.
A lot of jerky, a lot of trail mix, a lot of protein bars. Things like that.
Okay.
What about electrolytes? Were you guys big on that?
Yeah, we did like the stuff you mix in with the water, propel.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
because
those were really handy.
They are. They're so important to have. Like we use them when we go on our hikes too, like all the time.
You can only get so much out of water.
Well, that's true. Right. That is so true.
Yeah.
And
I would get horrible cramps, especially in the summer when I'm just seeping salt out.
Right.
And I found that pickle juice worked really well for me.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
Very good.
I always forget about that actually.
Good salt content.
It is. And people just like take straight up pickles with you. You can even buy like individually wrapped pickles now. Like it's nuts. You did that?
Tell them what you did one time.
so one time I'm standing in a grocery store and my mind's just kind of wandering and I find myself staring at the pickle aisle. And so I'm like, I better take out some pickles. So I packed out a jar of pickles.
A glass jar
of pickles.
Come on.
But after that, I since I get those individually packaged ones. I call it my emergency pickle because it acts pretty fast. If you get a pretty serious cramp, you can just eat one of those, and it's got like 20,000 milligrams of sodium or something crazy like that.
Perfect.
No, I think it's really good. Another thing you have referenced it, and other AT hikers have called the AT the brewery trail.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like every town there is like a brewery you can stop at.
Yeah.
I like beer, but we didn't
think there were that many.
No.
I mean, Franklin, where we live now, has 2.
Right, which is pretty sweet too.
And then Devil's Backbone Brewery was really great. They like totally cater to hikers and they have like a whole
come down there and check that out.
I know. We'll totally have to be fun for sure.
We got 84 up here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, with the breweries? Oh yeah, we have so many. So
like in your area?
Yeah.
You can get to all of them everything's within 20 minutes.
Yeah, and we're from Grand Rapids, and it was named Beer City USA this year.
Twice.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I know. It's kind of fun though. There's tons to go see.
Michigan has a lot of breweries. We're not the highest, but
it's kind of cool.
We like our beer up here.
Yeah, we do. And then, Greg, you tried something different when you were on the AT, and I think all of our Canadian friends who are in the house here would appreciate that. You tried poutine for the first time.
No way.
I did.
Hold on.
I'm asking that question. I don't remember that, but okay. This is the fries with all the stuff on top.
Poutine with the cheese and the gravy, and you said you loved it, and I was like, aha!
Squeaky cheese.
It must have been up north, but I remember vaguely eating it, but it sounds like something I would like.
I know we got a picture of it. I remember the picture.
There you go.
That was good. I didn't try it.
That's awesome.
So, what was your experience of getting or did you come across any trail magic or trail angels along the way?
Oh yes.
We had great trail magic, awesome trail angels, and actually people several people reached out to us like on our social media who we didn't even know and said we'd be coming by where they live and had us into their house, took care of us, let us spend the night, made us dinner. I mean, several people
Wow.
totally, yeah.
Yeah, we were blown
away.
blown away by the trail community on the AT.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
That is crazy. And I mean, I know that when you hike, you always crave something ice cold because you don't carry anything ice cold either. Well, ice cream or something, drink with ice or whatever. And people would leave like coolers out to be like, hey, you got ice cold something in there. That's just so cool.
That was the best thing. Whenever we'd see a cooler, we're like, oh, we hope there's something in there.
Yeah,
Right.
you're right. I mean, an ice cold Mountain Dew really does the trick.
Yeah.
Or beer.
any kind of soda.
Yeah,
really.
any soda or beer. Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, let's see. People are going crazy about the poutine. Too funny. But there was a question, and with Hike and Mike, I think we're going to go back to that one if that's okay. We've got here Carlson. He said he is going to be hiking the Georgia section of the AT this year. So that's cool.
Excellent.
Love that. Yeah, that'll be sweet. Awesome. So did you guys end up hiking with a group of people? I always, hear people, call it their their tramily. You know what I mean?
Tramily?
Yeah, a tramily.
Trekking family?
Yeah.
We did hike with people, but we weren't really part of the tramily. So we call them our quasi tramily. It's people who we enjoyed being around, and a lot of times our schedules matched. So we didn't necessarily always hike together. We tented together a lot at night.
Right.
We went into the same towns together. And so there's probably, I don't know, 10 or so people that we really
and a couple of times we did hike with them during the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know.
So, all right. You are done. You have made it to you summited.
So am I kind of got emotional? Not lying, I did. It was so beautiful. I do every time I watch everyone's video.
Sorry.
I go, oh my god!
Don't let the middle of my story interrupt the
Are
beginning
you talking?
of yours.
I'm talking. It's what happens all the time.
So you get to the summit. What's your emotions? What is your feeling?
That was an emotional day for both of us. I think the whole day. I mean, Katahdin is a hard hike.
Yeah.
And we were just basically felt like we were walking on air. We just like kind of flew up. It just seemed so easy because we were just so happy that day. And then seeing the sign, that was unreal because we had, we'd been seeing it in other people's videos for so long and dreaming about it,
and working for 6 months towards that one goal.
That's the goal, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. So
That's
it was
awesome.
emotional.
I mean, it's like that little pot of gold at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah,
I see it. I can see it. It's
yes.
like right there.
Yeah. And then Mom's threw you a nice big party.
Yeah, she did. That was so nice.
I'm sure everyone was so proud of you though too. That is just like amazing.
She was. Yeah, she was great.
And Salmon Outdoors.
Nice.
That song is in my head now. We are trembling, right?
Oh
Got
nice.
with me.
Oh my gosh.
Terrible.
Only Salmon
my
Outdoors.
God, that's terrible.
Did you make up some cool AT trail names for the logbooks?
Who, us?
No.
Or you guys?
He's saying no.
Oh, did we?
Dustin's
did you
asking,
make
did you
cool AT
trail names?
I don't know what that
for the
means
logbooks?
exactly, but okay.
Cool.
We have trail names.
You guys have trail names, yeah.
In the logbooks.
Yeah, Chica Sunsets, absolutely. So then you're done this. You're like over 2,000 miles is not enough. You're like, we should go to Europe. And maybe
it was a break. It was
right. And then we'll just
not?
maybe 500 miles this time. Like this is nothing, and we'll get there via Paris.
This one interests me a lot.
Oh yeah, he's loving this. So you guys went to and did the Camino de Santiago, which
I am calling this one the charcuterie trail.
He's calling it the charcuterie trail. I was like,
it's vino and sausage.
Oh my god!
The entire it's like. Oh yeah, I want to go do that one.
I know you. I feel like, and I had never really heard about it, to be honest with you, until like maybe the past year, and then I'd been kind of looking into it, and then obviously doing more research with you guys, and I was like, wow, it's super, super interesting. So why'd you choose that one?
Yeah.
Well, it was okay. So it was totally different from the AT. So we kind of
100%.
felt like, because the AT was really hard. But the Camino, much more enjoyable, more level, not a lot of up and down.
Okay.
We stayed in a hostel every night. You
Right.
can tent in some spots, but I think it would be hard to tent every night. People just don't do it, or they don't allow it around there.
Okay.
So because you're staying somewhere every night, you only have like your clothes on your back. You don't have to carry a food bag. You don't have to have a filter. They have water fountains everywhere. What
Well, that's
else?
nice.
Our
I
packs
know,
are
like,
only
it's
like 15 pounds or so.
That's
Yeah.
how much your packs were. It's like slack packing almost. If
Yeah.
it's like
It
15
was.
pounds. Wow.
And you walk in these little cities and towns every day. So there's always a spot to stop for breakfast, for lunch, and then dinner.
Yeah, and all the water is drinkable there, so
Mhm.
you don't even have to have a water filter.
And the wine is actually cheaper than water.
It can
So-
be, yeah, bottled water for sure.
You're in now.
Johnny's in.
Passports are good to go, honey.
So it's funny because it definitely should be on your bucket list.
Yes.
Towards the end of the AT, we're already like just probably by the time we got to New Hampshire, we're pretty much done with the trail mentally.
We're so
we're
fatigued.
fatigued and ready to be done, and we're like, I don't think we'll ever do another trail again. Shortly after, we're thinking, well, because by that time we're talking about seriously doing a hostel, and we're like, well, if we want to go to Spain, because it was kind of tickling our minds. If we want to go to Spain, we should do it before we start a hostel, because running the hostel, we might not have time to do it.
Mhm.
So we started talking about this Spanish trip, and it's a totally different world than through hiking the AT. As Jen said, you're staying someplace, you're eating great food and drinking wonderful wine, and you're meeting people from all over the world, mostly
Yeah.
Europeans, but multiple countries throughout Europe are all doing this pilgrimage, and you're seeing ancient cathedrals, and you're walking on Roman roads, and seeing beautiful art and architecture. It's a great trip.
You're making me want to do it again.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I know, right?
I'm telling you, it's like I feel like I need to pack like a gazillion SD cards to get out all in.
I feel like it's just more of like a cultural tour. Had you guys ever been to Europe before?
Well, I had been to Paris or France, but I had never been to Spain. You'd never been to Spain.
Never been to Europe.
So
Yeah,
it was
okay.
really-
Was there any dialect issues or language issues along the trail?
Or did you guys speak Spanish from being in Costa Rica?
Yeah,
We had a
you
decent
must have, right?
base.
Yeah.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, in Costa Rica, and we were able to get by pretty easily.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, but I mean, so for like us who don't speak Spanish,
No.
would that
You
would there
can
be an
pretty
issue?
much get by with English.
Okay.
I would suggest using or learning some key
Like-
phrases like "hi,"
Right.
"thank you," and
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like your basic kind of stuff for sure.
Mhm.
Vino.
It's a pretty
Vino.
I got it.
Vino tinto.
Vino tinto.
It's a pretty fancy
Oh no,
pants
mas por
trip.
favor.
There you go. And where was your most favorite spot you stayed in then?
On the
On the
Camino.
Camino?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna say there was this hostel called the Stone Boat.
Oh yeah, the stone boat.
She, I mean, kind of like ours in a way. Hers was really cute. She had just bought it and opened it, and it was in this little, really old stone house. The walls were all this stone, and she had some really comfortable beds in private rooms, and she offered this gorgeous breakfast in the morning. So that was probably my favorite.
It was
stay.
very quaint. Yeah. The most interesting, I think, is we stayed in a 15th century monastery.
Whoa.
It's interesting because of the building we were in and the tour we got. However, the accommodations was just like a gymnasium with 200 bunk beds,
Like staying at the Y or something, right?
Right, exactly. It was
Yeah.
cheap. It was like, I think it was even donation only. So it was,
Oh,
But we wanted to
wow.
stay in a monastery. We just thought that was cool.
yeah.
So I was going to lead my next question. So I mean, staying, pretty much you're staying at a hostel every time. I mean, what's the cost of that, for the entire trip?
So they have lots of different levels of hostels. They're called albergues there. The most affordable one is like $10 for a
Five
bunk.
bucks,
Yeah,
€5.
yeah, very, very minimal.
Wow.
So,
But people
so you can totally
stand
do
in
that.
line for those.
Yeah,
Okay.
they might be hard to get into. You have to stand in line. You might not be able to reserve it the day before.
Okay.
We liked calling the day before and reserving them.
Right.
And more often than not, we would get a private room in a little bit up,
Oh, that's nice.
an albergue, maybe 2 or 3 up from the bottom one. And a private room was not that much more expensive at
For
all.
2 people, yeah.
Right, for 2 people.
But
So that makes sense.
for
Mhm.
budgeting, for our trip, we budgeted €100 a day.
Okay.
So $120 ish.
Yep.
And we were at budget by the end. So
And that's
That's
with
awesome.
eating out 3 times a day and the albergue. So
There you go. Foma has questions. While in Europe, how did you handle food? As in, did you buy prepared food all the time or ever pick up food to fix?
So almost always we stopped at little cafes for breakfast or lunch, but
That's
a few times
amazing.
we did go. They have little grocery stores, and you can buy fresh bread and meat
Right.
to make sandwiches. And we would just kind of put something together and throw it in our packs. Buy a bottle of wine, put that in our pack. So it's very easy to do that too if you want to do that.
Oh, camp juice for the trail.
We've upgraded from pickle juice to the thing. I like that. And then Barbara asked, did you do your own planning for the trip?
Yes, we did. I love planning, so
Okay.
I planned it.
yeah, we bought a couple guidebooks.
Yep.
And then, like she said, she loves planning, so she planned it all out.
For
And-
sure. You know what? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Other YouTube videos help, and I think there were
best.
some Facebook groups I was on as well that were
Okay.
very helpful.
We now have a Camino book out as well called
Yes.
what is
100
it called?
well,
Through Hiking the Camino.
walking the
Camino de
Francis.
Santiago.
Walking.
Francis.
Okay. Cool.
So there's several different ways you can do. The
Okay.
Francis way is the most popular, and it's the 500 miles. So that's what we wrote the tip book on. But there's lots of different routes you can do as well.
Yeah, I
Okay.
saw someone in the chat was asking what routes there was different routes and stuff like that.
Right.
What are the differences between the routes?
Just
length?
where they
This is where
start.
they start.
They all terminate in Santiago, and their distance. You know, they can be as short as 60 miles and as long as I think 1,100 or 1,200 miles. The French route, we chose that because of its distance and because it's the most well-supported one. I think knowing what we know now, we'd be more comfortable doing some of the more rural routes that aren't as well supported with hostels and things like that.
Okay.
Gotcha. How long did
And
it actually take?
someone asked in the comments how many days it took, and I believe
Yeah.
it's 34 days for that one.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's not crazy. Was
Was-
trail magic a thing there as with other trails?
No, there was no
No.
trail magic.
There was
No.
They a lot of times, like the local people would set up little stands, and you could buy something or donate money for some food or snacks.
Right.
But there was no trail magic.
No,
No.
But there was a fountain that dispensed wine.
Yes, there was.
Right. That's
Yeah.
trail magic. Come on.
That was pretty cool. Although, I mean, when you get there, it's like they only let each person have a little.
Oh,
tiny-
it's not like a free flow. Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's not like you go like this.
Honey,
Like,
get the Nalgene bottle.
and it's not the best wine out there.
No, but it was
Right,
cool.
right.
It was cool to do that.
That is fun. And you know what I loved? I love the symbol for the Camino Trail.
The
It's,
shell?
it's beautiful. I think
Mhm.
it's really lovely. I love that.
well, we have to revert back to back to the AT. We forgot to ask a question.
Oh, what would you want to have?
Of the entire trip of the AT, what was your favorite segment?
Ooh,
Hmm.
that's a good question.
Yeah, it's a hard question.
So hard.
Yeah,
It is.
Go ahead.
I really liked Virginia. Lots of people don't like Virginia, but I liked Virginia, and especially the Shenandoahs hiking through there.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was really pretty and nice hiking. New Hampshire, of course, was beautiful. I mean, the White Mountains are just so amazingly beautiful. It was also really hard.
Okay.
We had to cut down our mileage quite a bit. And Maine was beautiful as well. They just had lakes you could stop at all the time to swim or hang out, have a
That's
snack.
nice.
Very nice.
So, what about you?
It's not fair, but I'm going to pick the last 3 states: Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine.
Okay.
Those 3 were just spectacular. And I mean, New Hampshire probably wins. And Maine, I don't know.
Maine was pretty cool.
But New Hampshire is just so massive and so rugged, and the weather's incredibly challenging. And it's breathtaking. It was great.
Awesome. Thank you.
I know. So now you've done the AT, you've done the Camino, and you have your ideal of what a hostel should look like. And you didn't want it to be a hostile hostel. It's like, I like that. Right? Because I mean, you guys stayed in them, right? So you know what you did and didn't like. And so tell us how that all came about.
So that actually came about when we were hiking the Appalachian Trail. I don't know when, but we were for sure staying in a lot of hostels. And we started talking about things we really liked about some of the hostels and some of the things we didn't like. And then I think one day, because we were bored, we were like, well, if we did a hostel, what would be the perfect hostel? So we came up with what we think is the perfect hostel for us. Yeah.
Trail games have consequences.
Okay.
So so we kind of built in our mind what our ideal hostel was, and it really boils down to having more space per hiker, having no bunk beds. When we hiked it, we were in our mid 40s. We were a married couple, and we've been married for a long time. We had more expendable income than, say, a person just out of college.
Absolutely.
So, or many of them. So we wanted something different than what the younger kids wanted.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. I don't want to sleep in a bunk bed. You know what I mean?
So bunk beds, queuing up, 10 deep for, a restroom visit. Having 20 people, in a very small space. And then, we enjoy drinking, but we don't enjoy people who drink to excess, and are rowdy and loud and things like that. So so we wanted a quiet place where hikers could rest and enjoy some space. And so that was kind of our, without bunk beds. So that was kind of our idea.
Right.
And really the thing we do is we have hikers up to our house. We're in a duplex, so the hostel is downstairs, our house is upstairs.
Right.
And we have them come into our house in the morning for breakfast, and we do just a continental breakfast. But I love it because that's our time where we just sit down with them and we just get to talk.
Right.
It's really cool to get to know the hikers and just spend time with them. And, we're actually getting to know the hikers that come through here. They're not just a number.
Where they're from, what's their story,
you're asking them the stories. Like, aren't you doing like hiker interviews?
Yeah, sometimes we do that. Not every day.
I love that. I think that is so cool. And do they like, kind of being put on the spot there a little bit? Does anybody say
typically no?
No.
It's funny because everybody will be having this animated conversation, and we're like, hey, would you mind if we asked you a few questions
on camera? And they're like, they get all quiet.
You're like, come on, right?
Yeah.
So
we've had some great interviewees.
Yeah. You've had like couples obviously come through, right? Any like, parents and kids?
A few, yeah.
Okay.
Just
cool.
This year we had a mom and her 6-year-old daughter who turned 7 when she was here at our hostel.
Oh, did you have a birthday party?
Yeah, we kind of did. And they actually finished the trail. So
cool.
That's
wow.
Very cool.
No, she wasn't the youngest one this year.
Okay. That's crazy. So John wants to know exactly where the hostel is located.
We're in Franklin, North Carolina, mile 110 of the AT, going northbound.
Right. So when you plan to close, because you're closed right now, right?
hmm
How do you do that? So are you gauging by people going northbound and southbound on how you're going to be open? Does that make sense if I say that?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
I think if we were open year round, we'd be busy year round.
Mhm.
So we just
Okay.
have to carve out our time.
Oh, you're choosing. Okay.
hmm
When it's the slowest, and we're probably disappointing some southbounders right now. I know we've had to say no to a couple people recently,
Oh,
but December, January are very slow
okay.
typically.
hmm
The summer for through hikers is very slow, so we typically take the summers off.
Yeah. So the
Okay.
busiest is the northbound season, which will be open February 15th through May 15th.
Right.
And that's when we're the most busy, like every night.
That's
Wow.
wild.
Yeah.
I
That's
love
very
it.
cool.
It is.
So how did you even find a place on the trail?
I know. I feel like that was like, what a blessing. Like, holy moly.
Well, go ahead.
So first of all, it's not exactly on the trail. We have to drive about 20 minutes to pick hikers up at the trailhead.
Oh, okay.
But we moved here. We knew we had narrowed down what cities we wanted to do a hostel in, if we could do a hostel. And then we picked Franklin after a series of conversations and
Right.
stuff. And then so we moved here, got an apartment, and started looking for houses right away. And all the time we knew we might not get a place where we could do a hostel because we wanted to have separation from the hikers. So we just started looking to see what we could find, and we found this place, which did not look that great when we first saw it. It was a total mess. They had renters living in here before. Everything was dirty, and
Of course it was.
it was just awful. I mean, I couldn't see it at all, but you saw the big
It's
picture.
the vision. You have to have
Yeah.
the vision, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, it has good bones. I'm like,
That's what I
but
would say.
And no, it's
You
very
can see
livable.
through all that. Yep. I love it.
We spent
Yeah.
most of 2019 renovating it,
mhm.
and then
Right.
opened up last year.
Very
Very good.
cool. Barbara had a quick question. She asked, how many hikers can you take in a night?
4.
Okay.
We have it's a 2-bedroom apartment, and there's 2 beds per room, so it's very spacious for 4 hikers. Yeah,
Mhm.
full
Right.
kitchen, full living area.
That's so awesome. And no one's, he said lining up for the toilet or anything, that kind of stuff. And
Right.
That's right.
And we
Right.
have our own washer dryer downstairs in the hostel for the hikers to use.
that's the best.
And there's a full kitchen as well. So if they
Okay.
want to cook or do whatever they want, there's
Right,
a microwave,
right.
an oven. Yeah.
How do they get a hold of you? What's the best way? Like I said, you're on trail. Like, what do you do? Or can they reserve it? Like thinking, hey, in 6 days I'm going to be there. Or
So in the northbound season, February 15th to May 15th, we only take reservations up to 2 days ahead of time,
okay,
just because it's so crazy. And with through hikers, their plans change every day almost
Mhm.
based on weather,
yeah,
their feet, the mileage. So I think that's working out really well for us because if they did it too much in advance beyond 2 days, it
would
they
change.
would be changing it all the time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Weather,
that makes
or
sense.
someone sprains an
Right.
ankle and needs a day to rest or something like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
So we have a website, chicaandsunsets.com.
Okay.
My phone number is on there. You can text us. We're also on Instagram and Facebook, so you can message us however you want to contact
So you
us.
handle everything, all the reservations. You don't do any third party booking kind of
No,
stuff or
mm-mm.
whatever. So I
No.
feel like that is a better way to handle everything.
Sure. Yeah. You keep a grasp. of it.
Absolutely.
It works better because there's always like, when you're going to be picked up, when do you need, just different things for different people. So
Right. So
Yeah.
so when they're getting close to the trailhead, they just give you a call and say, hey, we're X amount out or something like that, or.
sometimes we do that. When it gets really crazy, we try to set 2 different times that we pick them up at the trailhead,
Good
Okay.
idea.
10:30 in the morning and 2:00, I think.
Okay.
So that's when we do when we're really crazy busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we pick up at 2 different trailheads: Winding
Mhm.
Stair Gap and Rock Gap.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Christy has a question here. Do you do Airbnb during the off season or while you are off on an adventure?
Yes, we are actually doing the hostel unit as Airbnb style right now.
Right.
Meaning, they were booking it directly through us. So if they go to our website, they can contact us, and we're basically doing it for a minimum of 2 nights. Cost is $125 a night. And you get the whole place, 4 beds. You can actually sleep 5 people because there's a couch.
There's a couch. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
Mhm.
Doc said it sounds more like a B&B instead of a hostel. That's pretty fancy pants. That's what I think. Wow. And I love your license plate. That's so cute. I
Yeah.
am shocked that was not taken.
I know. So are we.
I think it's because it's plural.
Okay, yeah.
Through hikers instead of
Pluralized.
hiker through hiker.
Right? Yeah, very cool. And now
I
you've been
think I
doing
was drinking one.
yeah, right. And then now you've been like doing a little bit of hiking again. Been stuff going on. Oh, wait, you guys did the Ice Age Trail.
Yes, earlier.
Yes. And again, that's when like we found you guys like with Miyagi. Because I mean we chatted with you guys while you guys were doing it. And that's Miyagi. That's him. And then because you're from Wisconsin, right, Jen?
Yes, I'm from Wisconsin originally. Yep.
Okay.
So that was a hard trail mentally. It's very flat, but a lot of road walking. Logistically, it was kind of hard planning, like where we're going to camp for the night and stuff, and water sometimes. So it was
really? How so? Just because I mean, you said most of the trails on a road.
a lot of the trails on a road. What percent was it?
60? No,
no, 60% is
complete. Yeah.
40% is on the road.
Wow.
So they would have there's sometimes 20 to 30 mile sections on the road, but it's not through cities. It's like out in the middle of the farming country. So there's no place to get water unless you knock on someone's door or something.
Yeah.
Did you have to do that?
No. They do have a Trail Angel list on their website.
Oh, that's nice.
We accessed, and we had some good luck with Trail Angels. And then the second half, I had some friends and family that really helped us out.
Right.
Quite a bit. So that was really good.
I would do the same thing. Pull out the resources,
Heck
yeah.
Definitely.
That is so awesome.
Sure.
That is very awesome.
And same thing with any other trail. You have to research it, and you watch the YouTube and reach out to people who've done it already. I know you had chatted with Constantine.
Yeah, his videos were awesome.
Yeah,
we watched his 3 times.
Yeah, and we actually were chatting with him and Magpie are coming on the show next week.
Oh, cool. They just set the FKT for the.
And usually we don't say.
Way to go.
I know, but that's okay. But we were chatting with them tonight.
That's a BC foul.
He did say hello to you too.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So because he's out in out west in Canada right now.
Oh,
they were hitting the slopes, they said. I'm like, love it. So that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah. And we're going to go back before that. I just want to get Fomat's kind of question here too. He said, I'm not familiar with hostels. See, I'm saying that hostels or even through hikes. Do you allow people to have supplies shipped to the hostel?
Yes, definitely. They can
That's
ship
a very
it.
good question.
Mm-hmm.
We get lots of packages.
They can ship it.
I bet you do.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you do.
And even if they don't end up staying here, we can get it to a place where they're staying.
Oh, that is so amazing. That is just incredible.
Yeah.
And then you guys just finished up the foothills.
We did.
Yeah, and I said I'd never really heard of that, but part of our our giveaway is we had said, hey, if you win our package, what are you going to do with it, or what's your next trail you're going to hike? I'm going to say probably 50% of the people said they're going to try hike the foothills.
Wow.
It's a great trail.
That's crazy.
Fantastic.
It's getting a lot more popular too.
It's
we
wild.
loved it.
I didn't like the leaves.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of that at all.
Oh, the illusion of it keeps on going, but it's
here's Gregor in the background, and you're he's tripping you falling. Get out of here. We don't need to be tripping and falling.
It's you need to have trekking poles in front. It's
that's true.
Checking for landmines or something. Oh, good, solid. Nope. Keep on.
I know.
I actually started doing that.
I'm not shocked, but holy elevation too.
Yeah, it was hard.
Quite a bit of climbing.
I know. And why'd you guys condense it into 5 days? That's a 7-dayer for us for sure.
because on day 6, a rainstorm was coming
Okay.
in.
Oh, so you're trying to beat the weather.
Yeah, like a 24-hour
Oh,
rainstorm. It was
please.
crazy.
Well, yeah.
And obviously it ended up not
Yeah.
raining at all, but
Right.
it was planned. It was forecast.
Oh my god.
But yeah, you were doing averaging 16 miles?
Well, I think you did 11. I was like, oh, we got this. I'm like 11 and 12. We're like, that's okay. We're good. And then I was like, 17. Get out of here.
Like,
I didn't know you were beating the weather though. There you go.
right. There was a reason.
I know. But the one thing I had never seen on that that you were showing about researching was that they had that little like fold out card pamphlet thing.
Yeah, that worked
That
great.
was every trail needs that. Like
They
that.
do.
I
The shorter
know.
ones do for sure.
Yeah.
Granite Gear makes that one.
It was perfect. I mean, it didn't have water sources on it, but on the footage
There was tons.
water everywhere.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It
And
had
so-
tent sites, it had elevation, it had
Yeah.
everything we needed.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It was really nice. I mean, that trail is definitely on our radar for sure.
Mhm.
And how come Granite Gear, do you think, sponsors that little booklet? Are they in that area?
No, Granite Gear is up in Montana,
No.
Here,
I think.
No, they just make that
they
trail
do,
map for
they
some
do
reason.
some other pocket guides too, don't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
Really? That's
Mhm.
pretty impressive. I might
Yeah.
reach out to them because I like that. That's actually pretty awesome.
But it's great. It's waterproof. It's very
Yeah.
compact. And it has 2 sides. One side has the elevation with notes.
Yeah.
And then the other side is a map. So
Mhm.
it's very, very handy.
Right. Yeah. And then, I mean, obviously, you guys, I think we do too. Like, John will put the Gaia on there or whatever, right? So we always have that on our
Yeah.
phones and
We
stuff.
had
And yeah. Do you guys carry a GPS with not GPS, like a GPS,
Garmin
like a Garmin
inReach.
or anything like that?
No.
Or you haven't done that? No need.
Mhm.
No. There you go. Fair enough. Oh, we got a little say hi here. Hey, Chica.
Hey, Texas Hikeaholics.
There you go. Hikeaholics. Oh, there it is.
Isn't that a
Okay.
great name?
Oh, it's a great name. Well,
We
I'll
love-
cheers
we
to
love
that.
them.
There you go.
They were very supportive of us before we even opened the hostel, when we
Okay.
were renovating it, and we did a little fundraiser, and yeah, lots
Yep.
of people were very supportive. It was great.
That's amazing. Well, and I think what you did was you did a call out to see how they could support you, right? Both and the hostel. And you had like kind of hostel angels, like people would like buy nights for people and stuff like that.
Yep.
That is amazing. Is that going to be ongoing?
It's a great question. We don't know.
Yeah,
Because I feel like people would want to do that. Not everybody just wants to leave, a can of Coke beside the trail. I'm just making that up. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I
Right.
feel like there's more weight to like, wow, I just gave that, hiker a really nice, warm, amazing night with a wonderful breakfast and an interview in the morning and, whatever that looks like, right?
Yeah, I think we had close to 70 that we gave away last
Yeah.
year. That were
Wow.
pre-bought by people who wanted to support through hiking.
Right.
we're thinking
And then-
about
And then how do you hand them out? Like, was it just at random kind of thing or?
yeah, we just pick people at random.
Yep,
when-
love it.
when we think it's a good time to do it.
Yep.
But typically during the busy season, we would give them four. If we're going to give one away, we would give all 4 away. So
Right.
if we were
Right.
full that night.
Okay.
So it made some people happy. And so many of those hikers said, hey, this is a great idea. Here's some money. Do it to the next person. So that just
And
keeps
paid it
keeps
forward.
How
on
do you
rolling.
pay it for like when you go to Starbucks or whatever, right? Here, I'll get the
Right.
guy's coffee behind me or whatever, like that's the thing. That is
Mhm.
amazing. So we have 1,000 books you guys have written. Not 1,000, but I mean
Quite a few.
quite a few. So, and then you obviously, did you do any kind of writing like in your corporate jobs?
No, not for
Nothing.
public consumption. I mean,
Yeah,
No.
for public.
Like nothing. So, but I mean,
Emails
you're both
and memos.
obviously wordsmiths. You know what I mean? That comes natural to you, whatever. John and I, we hiked on Isle Royal this past September, right, which is Michigan's only national park. And when we came back, we did a little bit of social media stuff, and a magazine had reached out to us and said, "Hey, can you write an article on your trip and how you got there and blah 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 blah?" I'm like, "Sure, no problem." So start writing this article, and I feel like
Not done yet.
No, it's not done yet. and we were there in September. But I feel like I write like I speak. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm telling a story and I'm like, "Da, da, 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 da." Like I feel like that's how I'm like, I feel like that's it. I write how I speak. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, how do you get over that? Like, how do you go
She
from?
has a lot of A's in there.
I did not. Oh, like an EH, like Canada A. Get out of here! I do not. You have not
Well,
noticed an accent. Come on. No,
No.
no, exactly. Stop it. Right on. Exactly.
So one of the things I do is I don't know if you remember the movie A River Runs Through It. It starts with kind of a narration,
Yeah.
but if you read the book, it's what they've written in the book. So when I reread something I've written, I read it as if someone was narrating it, as opposed to having a conversation.
Okay.
And put it into, okay, I'm sitting in a movie. Does this sound like something that someone would want to listen to?
Okay. That's a good idea.
And then always kind of have a story that exemplifies the point you're trying to make,
right.
Before you make the point.
Right. So are you like a point form, like person first, and then you like embellish on that kind of thing?
I don't think either of us are. I think like for me, I just start writing and then I like moving stuff around to make it flow better.
I almost always have a funny story that I want to tell, and I make it fit with something else that I want to convey. So
you kind of write yours in your head first.
I do.
You think about it.
I ruminate a lot,
and then you write it down.
Yeah,
and then I proof it and edit it, and we edit for each other. And
that was one of my questions too.
Yeah,
that's hard to do.
Help each other with not just editing, but ideas. Or I don't think this sounds right. This could sound better, or stuff like that.
But for our books, obviously we edit each other, and then we also have a professional do
editor,
it because you
right on.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Cool. Foma has a good question here. Which book would you say was the most fun to write?
Ooh.
For me, it was my latest book, Chica's on the Appalachian Trail, which is written for women who want to hike the Appalachian Trail. It was just fun for me to write it. I kind of started out with a little bit of history about myself growing up as a girl. And then the end part is really cool because I interviewed like maybe 12 different women or young girls, young ladies, or older women, all different ages, all different lifestyles, who did some hiking on the Appalachian Trail. So there's lots of different women's perspectives in the book, not just mine.
Right.
Very good. Very cool.
Did you see this? Christine says, I have Chica's on the Appalachian Trail.
Oh.
Thank you for the Kindle. That's awesome.
Thank you, Christine.
Right on.
Well, how long did it take you to write? You said.
We missed that part. Sorry. Yep.
I think I wrote it before we did the Camino. It took me like a summer to do the gist of the book, and then it went into editing and stuff.
Right.
But that's like working on it full time,
Right. I was going to say that. So do you like take it up as it's a job? Like, hey, it's Monday at 9 a.m. I'm going to get out of my pajamas and I'm going to, whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. That works really well for me.
Okay. And then did
structure.
I know, because you see people who have been home the last 2 years who have their pajama bottoms on, but they have the suit and tie or whatever, right? So they're kind of half ready. But did you have to right? Did you ever go back to look at your photos to get the inspiration again? Do you know what I mean? Like you kind of forgot something, but you kind of went back to look at your videos or your photo for like a bit of a timeline. So you didn't forget something.
Yeah. I also, after we finished our through hike, I made a really big photo book of our journey, which has like a little journal entry for every day as well. So that's really good for
like a straight up book? Like a physical book?
Yes, but it's photos.
That's awesome.
Like I did it on Shutterfly. It's really cool.
Not everybody does those anymore,
And we have it down in the hostel, so the hikers love looking through it.
Of course they do. Outside cover. You're also crushing your goals. I like that.
Thank you.
That is awesome. That's
it's one thing we learned when we left corporate America. Obviously, we weren't in a position to not work at all and not do anything. So we do have to have sources of income. But we had some freedom to be able to pursue what we enjoyed doing. And it makes all the difference in the world to crushing those goals is doing what you want. If we didn't like writing, we wouldn't write, and we're
Oh,
not
yeah,
writing right
sure.
now because we're not feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like we so love being in the hiker community. So that's why we love doing the hostel.
Yeah, and
right.
I'm sure in a few years the hostel will wear us down, and we'll find something new to.
It'll be something
do.
else. Absolutely. And so where can everybody find your books?
They're all on Amazon.
Yep.
Okay.
Under our names. Mine is Jen Beck Seymour.
Greg
or
Seymour.
Greg Seymour. And
Right.
two of them we have written together, the 2 tip books on the Camino
Right.
and the Appalachian Trail. So those two are really good.
Okay, that's fun. Have you ever guys done, I know you guys did trail days, right?
Mhm. We did
So
it
did you-
once.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, you just went. Okay, so was the trail days just for the hostel, or were you there with your books too? Like, what were you?
We were there with books and jewelry,
And the
and
jewelry.
The hostel.
the hostel.
That was before the hostel was
That was
open.
It was
2019.
before.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
books and jewelry.
So do you think is trail days is that beneficial? Do you think?
We're always trying to weigh that. Like we were talking about whether we should do it this year or not. It's
Okay.
really fun because we get to see a lot of people and talk to
Okay.
a lot of people and see old friends, make new friends.
Right.
But we balance that with it's still very much in the middle of no-boat season here,
Mhm.
and
Right.
we're busy. So do we leave for 2 or 3 days,
Mhm.
or do we support hikers? So it's
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard.
It is. It's a hard balance, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. And then Jen, you make such cool jewelry.
Oh, thank
I haven't
you.
picked mine out yet, but I don't know what I want yet. But I just super fun. How did that come about?
Awesome. Well, it actually started in Costa Rica. When we first moved there, I found a bracelet. I really liked it at the beach. I went back to get some more and I couldn't find them anywhere. And I just really liked it. It was made out of wax thread and it just looked so cool. I could wear it all the time, go swimming with it. So
Right.
I just
Mhm.
started researching it and trying to figure out how to make it on my own. And I did. And they had supplies there in Costa Rica. So I don't know, I just started making stuff. And then I started doing anklets and everybody loved them and people started buying them from me. So I'm like, okay, I'll keep making them. And then the soldered penny thing came about. I don't know. I must have seen something somewhere. I just had this idea in my head how cool it looked. And it took me a long time to figure it out how to do it. But
Okay. It does
yeah.
look cool though.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah,
They're so cool.
there's a zipper right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and you got a necklace on. Yeah.
The
See?
AT.
Love it.
Mhm.
And then I have a Kula cloth because that
Oh,
is
yeah.
like my
Yeah,
best
that's
gear
my
ever. Like I love that.
Yeah.
And then how did you hook up with Anastasia to do that with Kula?
She's just so cool.
Right?
Do you follow her on Instagram?
100% I do. She
She's-
is
she's
super
like-
fun.
The coolest woman.
Have you ever met her?
business owner. No, not in
Okay,
person.
not in person. Okay.
No. But they did a big giveaway and then she does all this crazy stuff on Instagram and she's like, we're going to do a reverse giveaway. So if anybody wants to send us stuff, go ahead and send it.
Oh,
So
no
I'm like,
way.
I'm going to make her a bracelet. So I did. And it says Kula on it. It has a little cat charm.
Right. I love the cat thing. It's too funny.
Yeah. And then she contacted me and said they wanted to sell them on their website with, I stamped Happy
The
Trails,
Happy, yeah.
PEE.
So brilliant.
So,
I
yeah,
absolutely love that.
very cool.
I think that was so cool. And then you have a website, right? That we had said before that people can go on and that's how they can get your jewelry. Is your jewelry on Amazon too or no?
No, not on Amazon.
okay.
We do have a shop on our Chica and Sunsets.com
Right.
website where some of my jewelry is, but I also have my own website called Costa Rica Chica.com.
I didn't find that one. Jeez.
Yeah.
And then do you have an Etsy shop or no?
No, I do, but it's closed right now.
It's not
I do better with just my website. So
Okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Keep it all in one spot. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I just threw up. I found your links on Amazon. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Under, so,
Oh, you
so
just
it's
put it in the
Jen,
chat? Oh,
yeah,
good.
So it's Jen Beck Seymour, not
Right.
so.
Got you.
But if you typed in Jen Seymour, it did pop up.
Oh, that's nice.
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, very cool. So, camp juice. That's what we call what we ever take, something on trail with us or, whatever. And we take
Well, wine clearly.
I know, maybe not always. We have tequila as our camp juice.
Oh, wow.
Right. People
Yeah.
always say, oh, wow, when they tell them
They think it's like,
Like we did 7 days up in Isle Royal, and we had like a platypus, right? And then we had like whatever, like 750 mil of tequila that lasted, the two of us for 7 days.
we had to nurse it the last couple.
We did. We had to ration it a little bit. That's for sure. But do you typically take anything with you, or not really?
We don't typically, but like on the foothills, when we started, we just had to have 2 days of food. So we had kind of some weight room.
Yeah.
So I took some wine with me, and you took some
Fireball, I think.
Fireball.
That's a big trail thing too, is Fireball. I feel like hikers love it.
It really depends on what we're doing. Like, so if we're doing a full through hike with very little support, like on the Colorado Trail when we did that, you're having very long food carries of 7 days. I'm not going to carry an extra pound of liquid. But if we have 3 days to resupply, I'll carry some wine or whiskey or bourbon, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. How many pairs of shoes did you go through on the AT?
We both went through three.
Of the same style?
No, different. Each had the same style.
Yeah.
We had separate styles each.
Right.
But we each only had one style.
Okay.
Right.
So did you like?
If I got that right.
Right. Did you buy 3 pairs of shoes then and just have them like set aside? Or do you know what I mean? Or did you go to REI?
I think we both had one that we left with my mom, and she shipped them to us when we needed it. Maybe all 3 of them we did, or not all 3.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now though, I buy my shoe in bulk because it's hard to find on sale.
Yeah.
And I've got almost 5,000 miles on that shoe, so I know it's going to fit.
Yeah.
So when it's on sale, I'll buy 3 or 4 pairs.
I feel like that's the way to go. Like I have a pair of hiking boots that I love, and they stopped making them. And then John found them on eBay, and someone hadn't even worn them, and I was like, "Get those boots!" And I was like,
the problem is on a really long hike, if you don't know how your foot is going to morph, or if it will, you could have swollen feet and not be able to fit pre-bought shoes.
Right. Oh, absolutely, for sure. And then, what was your favorite piece of gear when you're hiking the AT?
The AT.
How about we just summarize that? What's your favorite piece of gear when you hike?
All right. I feel like it's different though, but we can say that.
It is different because now my favorite piece is my Kula cloth.
Yeah.
I didn't have that on the AT in 2017. 2017, probably my buff.
Okay. Yeah, they're versatile for sure.
So I think for most trails, one of my favorite pieces of gear is there's a guy named Justin Anderson. He makes water bottle holders that go on your shoulder strap, and it fits a 1 liter smart water bottle perfectly. And they're so robust. I've used them on every single trail we've ever done.
Those are great.
And it's a great product. So he's on Etsy. Justin Anderson's
UL
water
bottle.
Justin's UL.
Yeah. Okay, so ultralight stuff. That's very cool.
And
you
then
guys,
my shoes,
right,
and socks.
Right.
I love those.
And you guys both wore. Did you both wear gaiters?
No,
I did.
You did. Yeah.
He doesn't believe in them.
We have them. I haven't worn mine yet. You wore yours where we did a really big sandy trail. Ugh, it was terrible. And I should have worn mine. And you were good then. I know.
Yeah, well, it was
we did the
when we were on Isle Royale.
I can't remember what it was crazy.
Yeah, if I don't wear them, I always get sticks and sand.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it?
So, yeah.
I know. Agreed. Wow. And then I don't want to end with a question yet. I wanted something else. I don't want to end yet. I feel like I have like one more big question, but I was like, I don't want to say that one yet. You go. You ask one more question, then I'll finish with my question. Okay.
Okay.
One more, and then that's it. Unless we have more. This is what happens.
So, do you guys use sleeping bags or quilts?
That's a good one.
Quilts.
We both use quilts. We both have the Enlightened Equipment Revelation.
Right.
Okay.
Different temperature ranges, but
Yeah, mine is 10 degrees. Yours is 20.
Okay. So obviously we're a couple. You're a couple. And we
Yep.
share, like, how do you guys share the weight load? Like, you guys tent, you don't hammock, we tent, right? All that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And so how are you sharing all that? Like
I
with the
carry the
food
tent.
and yeah.
She carries
So- I have
emergency
like the first
supplies,
aid,
yeah.
other like supplies for leaks in the air mattresses, that kind of stuff.
When there's a stove involved, I carry the stove.
Mhm.
Okay.
But our kits are have morphed and they're pretty reasonable weight wise. So if someone carries something extra, it really doesn't matter because we're
Mhm.
usually under 25 pounds anyway.
What size liter packs are you guys utilizing?
Last couple trails, mine has been 50.
Whoa.
And mine too. Mine's a 50.
Wow. And it was 50 and you were under 25 pounds?
Mhm.
That's
It
pretty
doesn't
good.
have to be
I think
full.
I was
I mean,
about-
I know, but I feel like that's crazy.
No,
Huh. Because we just used 35 liters.
everything was packed to the tilt.
And it was a little, well, we had food for 7 days though.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's hard. Like most of it was food, honestly.
Yeah.
Everything else was pretty light, but yeah, there's a check. But you mentioned first aid. Do any of you two have your like wilderness first aid kind of like courses that you took or anything like that? Or no? Okay.
I took CPR like 30 years ago.
Right. Right. I know. But you had to or something, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it. Any parting questions for or any advice for anyone starting with the AT? Because I know that there is somebody right now who's starting the AT on January the 1st at Springer Mountain.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And I forgot her first name, and I know that she follows us, and she has a little YouTube channel too, and I'm gonna say she's in her 70s.
Oh wow.
So I'm just kind of right. So ages, I don't think the ages thing, but I feel like the time of the year is kind of wild, right?
Yeah.
So if she was going to start out January 1st, how long would it take her to get to you guys?
So we're 110 miles in. Most people get to us between like 9 and 14 days,
Mhm.
maybe. It
So
depends.
that's not terrible.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, 110.
Okay.
So you figured 10 miles a day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Or more than that, right?
Right.
I was just like, that was just a crazy thing. One more question.
Oh, I got a big question.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's ask Dustin here. What was the scariest part of your AT hike? And then we'll...
Lightning storm on top of a mountain in New York. We were right near some rebar rings that climb up this thing, and it was a scary half hour. Very scary.
Oof.
Mine was coming down Mount Musalak.
Oh yeah.
In the rain, it was wet and sleek, and it was like very, very steep decline there with rebar and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
scary.
north side of Musalak, you walk to the edge and you're like, where's the trail? Oh,
just, like,
there
drops
it
out.
is. It's down there.
Oh my
It's-
God. Were you
it's
like bum
very-
sliding
Wow.
down or like,
No,
how do you...
there's like rebar.
Okay, so you hold
like
on to it to get
steps.
down. Okay,
Yeah.
got you. Oh,
But it was
my.
raining, and it was also right next to a little river that was splashing on the trail, which was all solid rock.
Right.
That was harrowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you guys also never saw any bear.
We saw
No,
four
we
on
saw
the AT.
4,
4 on the AT. Okay.
but they were very fleeting. Like they were far away from us and ran away from us. So we didn't even get a good picture.
And we saw some on the Ice Age
We saw
Trail.
some on the Ice Age Trail. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. That was kind of
Cool.
exciting.
A mother and 4 cubs, which
Oh my
that's a lot.
gosh.
Yeah.
Lot
Oh
of
yeah.
cubs.
No, you want to watch out for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No messing with the mama
No
bear.
messing with
I
the
know.
mama.
So, hiking, we'll just say any of your hikes that you did, whether the AT or over in Europe and such, did you celebrate anything special?
On the hike?
Yeah.
Or with the
A
hike?
special day, a special moment.
Mm, Oh, really?
I had a birthday on the AT.
Yes, you did. You had birthdays.
And you had a birthday.
I had a birthday too. We made coffee. in the morning.
Okay.
And I
Coffee.
think you had a little shooter or something.
Yeah.
Or something
Okay.
for your birthday.
That's fun.
But
yeah.
that's all.
That's awesome. There you
Very
go.
cool.
Well, Dustin says thanks, you both.
Thanks,
Aw,
Dustin.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
can I-
here we. Yeah.
the question about if we have any advice for anyone
Oh,
starting
yeah.
the AT.
Please. Yes.
I think both of us agree. Our best piece of advice is, because this worked really well for us, is to start the AT slowly with low miles. Like the first week, we just did 8 miles a day, and then we bumped it up to 10 miles the second week. Third week, 12 miles, and that worked really well for us for not
like
getting
that
any
idea.
injuries.
Yeah. So not only can injuries take you off the trail, they can mess with your mind and just make you miserable. So if you can avoid blisters, so walk in the shoes you're going to be walking on the AT with a backpack on, lots of miles before you get on the AT. Not everybody can have the mountains to train on, but at least walk in the shoes with weight.
Sure.
And then start slow, and you will avoid overuse injuries. And then, by the time we got to Virginia, we had trail legs, we were fit, we had already lost a lot of weight, our pack was perfectly right.
Yeah.
And so the rest, it doesn't get easy on the AT,
Right.
but we were
Comfortable.
going.
Confident. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, confident.
I think.
So what was your after if you started out slow and you worked your way up, what was your average mileage per day?
I think 18 to 20 was our typical average once we got going.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our longest day was
26.4.
over 26 miles, like 26.4.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to do a marathon day.
Right. And then someone
Yeah,
just
I think
posted.
I did. I think what's ours? 10?
No, we're 12.
We're 12?
Our longest is 12. So there we go. So the person's name is Pacifier. It's the old ladies hiking north.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we'll have to check that out. And then Tanya had this is one of the questions we were going to end up with was what's up for 2022?
So I have a hike planned with a girlfriend of mine.
Okay.
To do the Tahoe Rim Trail.
Beautiful. Okay, that's nice. And has this girlfriend hiked before?
Yes, she's done the AT
Okay.
and the Long Trail in Vermont, and we met her on our AT hike actually.
Yep.
Oh,
But yeah, she's really cool.
That's awesome. All
Yeah,
right.
and so I am going to next week, if the weather holds, I'm going to hike the Bartram Trail.
Okay.
But in 2022, I think my nephew's coming and is going to hike the Foothills Trail with me again because that's a great first trail to do.
Yep.
Good distance, easy water, lots of campsites. And I got a resupply angel here. So I'm probably going to do that with him. And then maybe the Pinoti, and I'd like to do the Benton Mackay Trail, which are 2 trails that are local near us.
Right. Yeah. The Pinoti people, actually, that was another one that people had put down that they were going to do. And the Florida Trail is getting a lot of action right now, too, it seems like.
Not for me.
Not for us.
Right? Do you want to? I do not want to hike with those snakes and alligators. Like, not in a million. Never. Like, not in a million years.
Nope.
I know. And then I'm just going to give 2 more that I love here. So out of all your adventures here and abroad, which is your most magical moment, the one that keeps you searching for that high? Ooh.
I gotta say the Colorado Trail was a magical trail.
Okay.
It just gorgeous views, impressive views every single day.
It doesn't get old, right?
It does not get old.
Right.
Great trail towns, fantastic wildlife. I that one I would do again in a heartbeat. The Camino, we've talked about doing a different route.
Okay.
And I'd love to go back to Spain. But as far as through hiking and being out in nature, I think the Colorado Trail's it for me.
Okay. Like it.
Yeah, I agree with the Colorado Trail. That was just magical and just views all the time. but hard too. I mean,
Right.
it was a lot of work. But the AT for me is just like my heart.
Oh,
Like,
it's
that
your
was like
heart.
the first trail that really got me, and
Mm-hmm.
I was just so proud of myself that I could do it. We did it as a couple too, but just me myself could do it. You know,
Yep.
just
Absolutely.
yeah. So yeah.
That's so awesome.
It is awesome. And again, everyone enjoyed everything. Everyone enjoyed our little chat tonight. Everyone's saying Happy New Year, which is wonderful.
Thanks so much. Thanks for being
Thanks
with
for
us.
having us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It was super fun and awesome. And we just love obviously connecting with new people. And we had awesome people in the chat tonight. We had some really good questions. And I feel like
I love
everybody
learning about the charcuterie trail.
I know. We're totally gonna call it the charcuterie trail now. I know.
That's the new name for
yeah,
it.
it is. Yeah,
Trail.
the Charcuterie de Santiago Trail.
Right?
I
Or
like
called
it.
the wine and dine.
The wine
trail.
and wine and
The wine and
cheese.
dine.
I don't
For
know
sure.
something. We'll figure something out for
I
sure.
want to do it now.
I know. I feel like we're gonna look into that. Like that should be on our list.
See.
I know. Right. Oh, look at you. We're learning Spanish already. Oh, I love it. Again, here's another one.
I speak Espanol Pequeño.
Yeah. Well, you went to school here. You're supposed to know Spanish here, aren't you? No,
No.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Yeah, see so many Happy New Year's and well wishes and stuff like that. So super excited to hear what 2022 has for you both. You're going to be booked like crazy, super fun.
Yeah, busy season just around the corner.
Yes, I know, which is good. So thank you so very much for taking the time and hanging out with us. And
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
I know.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
You're welcome.
Good to meet you guys.
Absolutely, for sure.
All right. Well, hold on 1 second. We're going to drop you down. We got to do our little outro here.
Okay.
I'm inspired again.
I'm going to go get some cheese and wine.
We have cheese and wine, honey. But yes, well, if we could put our backpacks on and eat it, we could do that.
We could do a little thing. Oh, I'm like all over that.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Dustin. He's so funny. Come on.
What do you
He's
say?
called it the Get the Net Trail.
Get the
Honey, get the net. Remember when I was fishing?
Yes.
That's one thing actually we never really chatted about with everybody was that
you fishing?
No, just that I mean, yeah, that Greg he fishes and does not just hiking and all that kind of fun stuff too. He likes to get out in the water, which is cool. So I love that. So everyone is like loving tonight. So that was like super, super fun.
Oh my gosh, I loved every minute of it.
I know, me too. It's super awesome seeing you in the chat. So just a quick reminder, if you like what you see, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, all that fun stuff.
Ding, ding, ding.
Make sure you connect with obviously Chica and Sunsets. They're on YouTube and Insta.
Yes.
Facebook. And John's got their stuff right here. And they've got the web page where the books are available.
There we go. Boom.
And the Chica's jewelry is available on there. Love all that fun stuff. You got to get onto that.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm going to get yet. Maybe something custom. I don't know.
Yeah, their website is really, really nice.
So yeah, and then obviously we've had a few AT hikers or 2022 AT hikers in the chat tonight too that I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, make sure you hook up with Chica Sunsets Hostel again to get in on that, which is awesome.
Totally.
Again, we also have
thanks to Mickwick.
Yeah, which is amazing too. We love them. And we are booking into February for backcountry couples. So if you know any backcountry couples that want to come and hang out with us and have a little chit chat with us.
Or yourself.
Yeah, or maybe you are a backcountry couple. That is true. Yeah.
Maybe you're part of a backcountry
Give us or maybe you're part of a backcountry couple. Whatever that looks like. Exactly.
Shoot us an email.
Yeah, do it. Or you can like DM us or whatever on Insta too. That's fine.
Yeah.
And then just one last thing again, quick reminder, the 12 days of Christmas, 6 days left to go, six channels, six more prizes to go.
Yes.
One more day for ours. And then we're having a big live stream giveaway on Saturday at 7 p.m. on
Eastern Standard Time.
Correct. So on our channel. And then there
water
is
bottle not included.
That's right. You're not getting the water bottle.
That's sorry, that's an inside joke. If you watch that other video, you know.
That's right. But make sure you head over to the video and do what we say to do and all that fun stuff. And then there's also going to be a surprise giveaway, which is actually
top secret,
it's actually
awesome
super
double Yep.
It's kind of nuts, actually. I'm super excited to have that. So, anyways, thanks so much, everybody. Thanks to Chica Sunsets.
She's excited. Just
I know. I start talking quicker. I'll try to reel it in a little bit. I know, right? So, anyways, have a good happy New Year, everybody. Yeah, it's gonna be 2022 when we see you. I know, exactly.
Yes.
All right. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers,
Thanks
everyone.
again.
Thanks so much for joining
got it.
Backcountry Couples.
Yep.
We'll see you all on the next quest.
Yeah, you will.
And on that note, peace out.